Okay, this was originally supposed to be a live stream. I've got a whole big box of balloons here. 17 pounds of balloons. I want to open it up, and I have to get my balloon bag ready because ever since I let the kids use it for years, it has just all come apart. My balloons aren't organized and it's not ready, and I need it ready because this Friday I am going to an event. I am volunteering. I'm not getting paid for this. Volunteering at an event to help decorate and make a whole bunch of balloon animals. It's an under the sea theme, and I need to have my balloon bag ready. So I thought, hey, why not do two things at once? Live stream this video, you know, get some watch time. And I did 2 test runs. I used, you know, the GoPro app. I'm using my GoPro. I'm filming this with the GoPro Hero 7 Black, and used the iPad with the GoPro app. 2 successful test runs, running it to, you know, unlisted, you know, and I was able to watch on my computer. It was unlisted, streamed nicely. And then when I was ready finally to go live for real, it wouldn't connect. You know, I restarted everything, restarted this, restarted the GoPro. It still wouldn't connect. You know, it connects once to the Wi-Fi, but once I tell it to go connect to YouTube, it loses the connection, tells me to turn on Bluetooth. And I had changed nothing. Changed absolutely nothing from earlier, and it didn't work. So very, very frustrating. If any of you have experienced live streaming with a GoPro and the GoPro app, please let me know how you did it, because this is incredibly frustrating. I wasn't able to do it. I'd like to know how you guys live stream at all, other than, you know, with your laptop, because it's one thing to sit in front of your laptop with that on there, but I wanted a better quality camera. Anyway, very frustrating. Interesting enough, this isn't the only thing that came in the mail today. This came at UPS, and big hassle with UPS. It held my packages for weeks, even though my phone number is right on the label. They held it for a couple weeks at the local depot. Nobody called me. Anyway, this is something not balloon related. I'm just going to show you in the beginning. Bargainballoons.ca, the place I order all my balloons from, entered me in a draw back in Valentine's Day, and I won. Apparently, they shipped this out in time that it would have got here by Valentine's Day. Again, nobody told me. This has been sitting in the depot for weeks. It's a giant teddy. Some big foil balloons. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to just give it to the girls or I'm going to save it for a special event or something. Either way, I'll make a video about it, and it'll be on our other channel, Bruni Family TV. The balloons. Important receipt. Give it to your accountant. So this time I ordered a lot of balloons. I haven't made a balloon order in like 2 years. So I had a whole bunch of balloons to get caught up on. Plus I needed special ones for the event. And I figured since I'm ordering all these, wow, new packaging. They used to give these in packs of 100, you know that? Now they're coming in these little packs of 50. Huh. Got some extra balloon pumps. But I also ordered, oh look at that, some nice polka dot ones. I ordered a whole bunch of prank balloons for the next time we fill a room with balloons. We got a whole bunch of cheap ones here to work with. So since I'm not going live, I'm going to go ahead and turn on something educational for me to listen to and put this whole section on high speed. Okay, this bag is finally done many hours later. I always bring some printed eyeballs. They're very useful. You can use that for a lot of designs. And I like these agate balloons. I use them sometimes. They're very durable because they've got extra layers of rubber on them. But they're a very nice looking balloon. I like for making octopuses with them. Hearts, always bring a bag of different hearts. I have some big 11-inch ones and some smaller ones. You do more than just hearts with them. You can make like a fish. They're good for making eyeballs. Of course, I use these plain round white ones for a lot of eyeballs. I bring black ones separately because sometimes you have to need a specific color. And unless you can spot them at a glance, like in here, I can spot the pink ones at a glance. But the black ones might mix up. I might see a dark green one or something and think it's a black one or a brown one. So the black and the brown go in separate pockets. This one has brown ones in it, brown rounds in it, and the black ones go in their own pocket. I don't use them very often, but when I do, it's nice to be able to know where they are. Now, I don't do this for line work anymore, but when I did, it's very important that you have no bottlenecks and that you did everything as fast as possible. You don't want to ever be, that's the whole reason I started doing the balloons this way. You don't want to be searching for a color or searching for the nozzle end. Just have them all set up, have it organized. Be a lot more fast. You can do it a lot faster. I have a bag with the Geo Blossoms. Again, not something I use very often, but when I needed one, I could find it very quickly. That's why I put these a long time ago. I just sewed on some a sample of the balloon to each bag, and of course over the years some of them have broken off. It doesn't matter, I just got to know which ones are which. Alien heads. I have the alien head balloons here, and I don't use those often again, but when someone does ask for an alien, it's fairly common. There is a neat little trick that I learned a long time ago, and I always put it in its own little helmet. Okay, so by themselves, that's what they look like. You take one of them and you put it inside a clear one, or better yet, a clear one with stars, and then you can have your little alien guy wearing a helmet. This one was incredibly popular. And just like that, you got a spaceman with a helmet on. And then a bag of rounds like I was showing you before, and this time I've gotten different color spotted balloons like I mentioned earlier, so you can do ladybugs with different colors. Ladybugs are a very popular design, especially when you make them like bracelets or put it on a flower or something, and having different colors I'm sure is just going to make it that much more fun. So the only thing missing now is as far as balloons go, the 321s, bee bodies as they're called. I've got quite a few of them, and I don't put them all like this. I just stick a few of them here because again, it's very rare that I need specifically something with that shape. So I have them all in just one pocket here. I have a backup pump in the back, a little hand pump like you saw the red one, but the primary pump is this one because it's so much faster. And this little hand pump, I do the little 160s with this thing. However, if a piece broke off and I need to just inflate a little bit for some reason, sometimes on the main design, it's easier just to put a little bit of air in one thing just to make a repair. You need to have a little pump with a tiny little nozzle. It's super handy. On the bag itself, I have a letter opener, and that's for trimming off. If I'm wearing the bag, I can trim off pieces of the balloon as I go. But I also have in here another letter opener, so if this is on a table, which is easier because it gets quite heavy. Believe it or not, this whole thing weighs like 10 pounds. I have another letter opener, again, for trimming the nozzles, because sometimes you really got to trim that nozzle to give it a good look. In here I have my markers. I used to have quite a variety of other colors. The kids have gotten them somewhere around the house. So right now I just have a blue and a black one, and then a white paint one. One of my original nozzle trimmers was this little milk bag opener. For people in Ontario, people in Ontario will know this. Milk comes in bags there, and this is a little thing to cut off the corners of them. Now, I know this is not the prettiest setup, and I know there's better ways of doing it. There's bags made especially for the balloons, but when I was doing it back, you know, when I got my bag full with all this stuff, you know, I just didn't care anymore about how it looked. It was functional. I could have each bag like this open when this was on me like this, and I could reach down and grab just the ones that I wanted. This was designed to work with me, with the focus being on speed. I wanted to be able to, I mean, I was known for being really fast for making the balloons and making the designs, but I also wanted to be really fast in the whole production assembly, and that's where this thing, being a return spring pump, see how it comes back on its own? That's an important step, because I don't have to do the pulling up the pump step. I can, with one hand, get the balloon started, push it down, and get things going while I do something else with this hand. So everything about it was designed to be fast. Because, you know, people are paying you by the hour. I had a stopwatch here for me to keep track of the time, only because it was a free watch and I thought it looked pretty cool, so I stuck it on there. Everything about it, yeah, was designed to get as fast as possible, because when people are paying you $100 or $150 an hour for an event, they expect you to put some effort into it and give some good entertainment to the kids, and people like to see a volume. If you only do a handful of little mediocre balloons, it's not going to. You better have a good personality and better make their kids laugh a lot, because otherwise they might feel a little ripped off.